All right, you're welcome once again to Matters Arising, the flagship talk show of Kaftan TV. And like I say all the time, Kaftan TV is the short form of King Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network Television. And on this program, we, the in-house team of broadcast journalists, take on issues that are trending, that are national, whether national or international. And that's what we've come to do once again on this edition. I welcome you to the show. My name is Dayo Omoogun.
Good evening, my name is Adeolu Adeyemo.
My name is Ekaette Ibuot. Good evening.
All right, and you already know, many of you, most of you who are our regular viewers know that this program is designed to be conversational, to be engaging, to be incisive, and that your own role is very critical. So we expect that in the course of the program you will be calling in to express your own views, because that's what makes it the what we want to see. And today, what are we going to be talking about? Well, there's so much focus on the federal government from everywhere in the nooks and crannies of this country, whether someone is in Kaura, Namoda, whether someone is in Ugep in Cross River State, whether somebody is from Igara in Edo State, or Agenebode in Edo State, or somewhere in Isaleko in Lagos State, in Mushin, wherever it is, Lanlate in the Oyo area. Everybody points their fingers at the federal government. And it's about time that we begin to know and realize and really take cognizance of the fact that it's a federation that we run, and that there is the federal government, and that there is the state government, and there is the local government area. So while you are in your corner, what is your state government doing for you? All over the place we've been talking about the 2-year scorecard of the federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But such level of focus has not been put on the state governors, on the state governments. And so tonight we intend to shift the focus to the state governments, to your governors. So we expect that in the course of the program, you will be calling to tell us what impact your governor has made, by your own assessment, has made in the last 2 years in your own life. Yes, I know there are states that are not 2 years, maybe some are older than 2 years because of the off-cycle elections and all that. But whatever it is, let's know what's happening in your own neck of the woods in terms of government projects and programs, and how that is affecting the people around. Would you say over 100 or over 10, would you say that your governor has scored high, or would you score your governor low? That's what we have come to do on this edition, and let's hear from the other anchors.
Okay, it's to me, it's a welcome idea for us to look at the governance in most of these states. Like I've always said, it's not enough to be blaming the president. We're told these president, governors and what have you, their monthly allocations are not come again. Exactly. There's so much that have been given to them.
Right. And
I strongly feel as a nation we should hold them accountable.
Yes, we should.
This is a scorecard, the second year in office scorecard. They should be able to tell us what they have done, instead of them all jumping from one place to another, looking for changing party, moving from one party to another. I don't understand. You were not brought in, you were not elected to just come and play. That office is a very high regard office, and people should know that you were elected by the people you should be able to report yourself back to the people. So it's a nice one to have people give us feedback from their different states, telling us, oh, my governor did well, he's here to do this, he's not doing this, so that I'll be able to see who is doing what and who is not doing what.
Right.
You know, it's very critical because every year for 4 years we are changing governors. We cannot say in particular who has done what, except for Abuja. Mr. Infrastructure is moving everywhere. I was told that even 2-3 a.m. the man is still on the road. He's petting projects. Whatever anybody want to say, that to me, I don't clap for infrastructure delivery, but I clap for the fact that he's doing something. Because some people are in government and they are not doing anything.
Nothing.
I was in Osun State some months ago. He's not dancing, he's working. If I was on radio, one of the our sister radio was talking about how somebody that is not even PDP person was praising the man. I was there. I was not told. I was there on state visit doing. We have 1 or 2 projects that we are doing, and I saw all the things that the guys, the road infrastructure, the schools. No, I'm not campaigning for him, but I saw. So we need people to tell us true. Look at River State now. Everything is suspended. Nothing is going on.
Imagine that.
It's sad.
And even before the suspension, the state had been in disarray for a very long period.
Because of 1 person or 2 persons. So we don't need those kind of things. We need the report. Let people call us in and tell us that, okay, my state is doing well, my state is not doing well, my state governor is doing well, my state governor is not doing well. Because it's high time we begin to be accountable to ourselves.
True.
Well, like the last 2 speakers have said, it's time for us to look beyond the federal government, because we are a federation, like you said. And you know, everybody cannot come to Abuja. State governments is actually supposed to be close to the people, and then after state government, it should be the local government level. But Nigerians, we focus so much on the center. We focus so much at the center. There is need for us to move away from just focusing on the center, like what somebody said earlier. So much humongous amount of money is now being received by states. Most of the states, the monthly allocations have been tripled, and this came as a result of removal of fuel subsidy. So the federal government now decided to triple this money and then send it down there to the state governments, so that the people, the grassroots people, could feel the impacts of that money, so that it could lessen up in terms of hardship that is accompanied with the removal of fuel subsidy. But the truth is, what are the state governors doing with this money? Because if really, if state governors make their states attractive, the issue of migrating from states and coming to choke up in Abuja, I think it will be minimized to a larger extent. Because if you make if you create an enabling environment, if there are job opportunities, if there are infrastructural whatever in the state, a lot of people will like Abuja now. I mean, accommodation is something else. I can imagine if somebody, if Nasarawa State, for instance, or even Kogi,
all the
yes, the environs, yes, if you invest in your states, people like that will like to remain in their family houses.
Exactly.
Than coming to
life.
Yes, maybe except maybe something very important takes you to Abuja. I think it's time for the state governors to tell us what are they using this money for, because some states, I know some states have performed. Even the 70,000 naira minimum wage, a lot of states are not paying. So it's time for us to ask our state governor, because as a journalist, we have this information. Federal government most times they carry very huge projects, but because the state governors are not doing enough. Sometimes most times federal governments release money for palliatives, for a whole lot of infrastructure, for a whole lot of projects, for especially regarding this subsidy removal. But you see at the end of the day that the state governors most times don't really have anything to present. So what are they doing? It is time for us to look away. I'm not saying we shouldn't
not totally,
ask questions, not totally, but also ask your state governor, that money that is being given to you, what are you doing? Are you using the money for infrastructure? Are you using it for education? Because I know there are some states in this country that, like my state, for instance, the state governor, pays so much attention when it comes to education. Education is not just free, it is compulsory. It is not just free, it is compulsory. And then some primary health care centers too. He has tried to do that. The case of when it comes to minimum wage, like I think 2-3 weeks ago, he was given an award as the best governor, paying the highest.
As of today?
Yes, he is paying the highest, 80,000. Trade Union Congress gave him that award. That was 2 weeks ago. So we should ask our governors. Governors should begin to be accountable. Ask questions, not just your governor too. Ask even your local government chairman. This money, what are you using this money for?
My problem is this, and I'm going to say this ahead of the next coming election. Nigeria, we Nigerians ourselves, we have problem, because I don't understand when somebody didn't perform the first time and you are still going to be voting the person the second time. What is that? We should look critically to performance. We should let our next judgment be on performance. If somebody said, I'm a governor, and we cannot trace projects, we cannot. One thing that I know that is going on across all the states that I'm yet to feel is the issue of youth. Nobody is doing, both at the federal and the state level. I'm not seeing anything that is youth-centered project. See, I like the infrastructure, but if these people, the youth, are not being catered for, I don't understand what you are doing. If you want to talk about youth tonight, the only person I've seen that they are taking care of is the NYSC, and it is because of that lady that came out. If that girl did not come out now, I'm sure that will still not be paying that new minimum wage that was assigned to NYSC youth corps. The truth is this: I'm not seeing any youth center project. They will say, go and register. There are people who have been registering. I can't see, it's 2 years already. I can't see anything tangibly that somebody said that a woman went to stay down, saw somebody that said that come and help me, he said, yeah, can commissioner in charge, give her money, go and set her business. Sir, is that empowerment? No. Are there not supposed to be an holistic way that is a program stage put together to look at different aspects of youth empowerment? If we engage the youth, knowing fully well these are the people that will vote us the next step, there will be less problem. Because they are the one that was supposed to bring this scorecard now. Every other thing that we are talking about in terms of the doings of the governors or the president, they are general benefits that every other, but the people that owns tomorrow, the youth, have not seen anything. And I really want youth from different states to call to tell us what people are doing. I'm not talking about somebody telling you to come and queue up and collect rice and gario.
That's not.
I said it last time we were talking about Natasha Akpota. People were calling and saying that she has done well, giving us rice. Please stop it. This country, I don't understand this country the way we reason. No, somebody is giving you rice, giving you palliative. Is that empowerment?
I think that's even the worst level of humiliation.
Thank you.
To quickly react to what you just said. Sometimes, you know why these politicians don't care? Because they have this assurance that I don't need your votes, and they tell us that indirectly. If only we have credible elections,
that will count.
Some people will sit. Some people will be scared. But you know they don't care because they know whether you vote
or not
them or not.
They will get what they want.
They get what they want. So why would they pay attention to some of these issues?
I see that the calls have started coming in, and let's not waste the opportunities.
Please, let's talk.
Hello.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, good evening.
This is
volume.
from my voice.
All right, boy, Pastor Ekaette.
That's the word again.
All right, you're welcome to the show.
Good evening, Pastor.
Nepa don't take light to.
My pastor friend.
Exactly.
I'm always happy to listen to this station.
You say so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I always forget that motto, Kaftan.
Okay, imagine a beautiful world.
Yes, imagine a beautiful world, Kaftan.
Right.
You see, if this program will materialize or become a reality, Nigeria will be a wonderful place.
Yes.
And now I wish that God in heaven will be hearing our cry in this station. I'm saying may God bless you all, especially Ekaette and the young man there.
All right.
Amen.
You see, what he said now impressed me. Our problem is on our youth. Because the aim of these governors is to impoverish every citizen for you to dance to their music. Watch out, 27 election that is coming now. They will be giving 1,000 naira and give them gun. They will surround them. They will be doing as if they're animals. I was telling somebody that I don't know where our youth is going tomorrow with this kind of government we are in. Yes, you people are saying that we shouldn't focus on the center. It is true. But you as a father, if your children, you send the message is not doing fine, don't you have any right to call them to order? But when the head is corrupt, every person that is following there should be corrupt, should be forced to be corrupt. If you have a child, and the child is dressing the way you don't like, is it a crime for you to call that child to order? If you give a governor a big allocation, and the governor is not utilizing it, is it a crime for you to call that governor to order? If the president can put a state of emergency at the River State because of personal quarrel between governor and the past governor, can't he call other one or the other. My friend, this allegation given to you, what are you doing? I am having a bad name, whereas you are the one causing it.
It's a good one.
So, the guy was telling us about his governor that he's paying 80,000 naira, the highest minimum wage, and people commended him. Is that not true?
Yeah.
And the other, yes, my friend here said that a governor was given 3 cups of rice or 5 cups of rice and this and that. Palliative. What is palliative? What is palliative? When people are dying, when people are hungry, if they eat 10 cups of rice today, will it give to them again in the next 6 months? My brother, I wish that God will be hearing our cry in this station. Our problem is, like Ekaette said, that these people are rest assured that whether you vote or you don't vote, they are going here.
That's it.
Okay, now let me round up here.
All right.
My friend, the INEC chairman, they call them independent something. Why they are not independent? The INEC chairman that put this government and the chief judge of the federation that stand on the declaration of the election, wherever they are and their children and their families they are, the money they collect and sold Nigeria, they will repeat. Our cry, our blood, our suffering will follow them wherever they are.
All right, Pastor. All right, Pastor.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, very interesting take. But the thing remains that the president has no power to
governance in
stop
another
any
state.
government.
No.
There's nothing you can.
But he
really
just
do.
did now in
no,
Rivers State.
nobody
What happened in
has.
Rivers State?
No.
Using reverse as a
What
case
happened in
study.
Rivers State?
No.
He has the power to call them to
What
order.
happened in
He has
Rivers-
the power to ask them questions.
I can ask questions.
No,
This is
I know that.
this is
When does
so
that
amount
lead?
of money
I know
I'm giving
that
to
there
you.
was a time
Where is it? Account for this money. He
He
has
called
the
them
power.
together
has.
and he told them, you people should go and deliver now. And that was when he used the word, let everybody follow up on their governors. I can remember.
Yes, but what exactly can he do directly to them? Is there any such thing in
The only thing he can do directly is not even his work. Is the state National Assembly
the State House
to
of
do
Assembly.
an oversight.
But many times you find that the State House of Assembly is under the.
Yes, that is not supposed to be so.
Let's take this. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Joseph, calling from Abuja.
All right, Joseph.
I listened to your program, which is very interesting.
Thank you.
I have a few reservations.
Okay.
You know, in the context of a political setting, how would the people go ahead to question the governor when they have built block fences to prevent the people and ordinary youth on the street? You can't just go there. Their security aids or the apparatus they set on ground will even eliminate the youth that are going there.
No, we have social media
No,
now.
there's social media.
We have social media
There's
now.
so
You
much,
can
there's
call
so much-
them out
there's
several
so
ways
much
now.
access now.
Yes.
It's not like before.
A whole lot has been done. All the talkings have been done. The youth have been canvassing for change. But we don't really see it. My sister, they just talked about the states, which I'm equally from the same state with her. I went to the state few years back, actually, before the advent of this current government, which a little of development, except the former governor, who is currently the Senate president, actually worked. I believe that there should be a continuity. The same thing should not be repeated. Somebody started, I think the way other continents, they are able to progress. When one government comes in, if they concentrate on infrastructure, when you come in, you focus on something else. So, like in our contest, we are unable to get it right because of the level of rascality. Whether you bring them, you vote them or not, they will still come into the be.
That's a
There's
huge.
nothing absolutely the youth can do, although we will continue to converse on the social media, as you have rightly suggested. My point is just one point. Let there be a law on ground which will make those offices less attractive. When it is less attractive, they will not want to force themselves into the office when they know that I'm going there just to work
For service.
to satisfy the conscience and the mind.
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
But there's
Joseph.
no way you can make it. How possible is that?
Possible.
See,
How?
Thank you very much, Joseph.
Joseph,
It's possible,
Joseph
for example,
made a point,
Yeah.
but in the Nigeria of today, hold on, Dayo Omoogun. If I made you the chief judge of my state,
yes,
will you fight me?
that's part of what the pastor was saying.
That
INEC is not independent, and that the chief justices are not independent
we
because they are
have
appointed by
we have
someone.
issue with our constitution,
Exactly. That's the kind of thing.
and
this guy
I've
is
said
saying.
this severally that we need electoral reform until
no,
that area is taken care of.
Let's amplify Joseph's voice.
No, he made a
what
point.
he's saying
He
is,
made
for
a point.
example, and that has been canvassed over the years, that why can't we have part-time legislators, for example?
That is not even. That is not. He's talking about.
I know.
He's talking about constitution, the laws.
He's talking about the law. Yes.
He said,
it
so
will have to
if we
emanate
are,
from
okay,
the law.
I made an example. I said, in the US, it is not a president that puts the chief judge there. It is a vote of.
I mean, if you like, you would also say that of Nigeria, because you see, it's the NJC.
But here,
it's the NJC that recommends whoever becomes.
They
the chief
recommend,
justice.
but the president appoints.
Of course, yes.
It's vote. It's supposed to be vote
We need
because
to,
you have oppositions that will say yes or no to the candidate.
That's what I think the NJC also represents. But let's take this call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome. You're welcome to Captain TV.
Thank you. Dr. Love on the line from Benin.
All right, Dr. Lowe.
Yeah. Recently, I traveled to about 14 states in Nigeria in 3 weeks or almost a month.
Fantastic.
And each of the states you are entering, you can even use it to define the governor that is managing the state. The truth of the matter is, places like Benue State, let's use Benue State for example, because I took my journey from Edo State down to Abakaliki, back to Benue and others. I never even hear any. I never even hear any siren. Maybe they were blowing siren, but there is nothing of that nature. Because all the roads, including the one within the state and outside the state, the entrance, everything is bad, totally bad. Then you cannot even ask, is there governor in this kind of state? Places like Latvia,
It's even very disturbing. Me, have rested from this your Nigeria wahala. You guys have brought me back again.
You know,
Oh, God.
my point is this: the governors and whosoever that is on board knew, the politicians knew that just like what the guy said, they will come in
Anyhow.
without election.
That's
without
correct.
Anybody, so they can do whatever they want to do. And tomorrow, if they are coming for second tenure, after all, it will bribe whosoever that is in charge and come on board. I won't even say this to only the governors alone, even the presidency. Why Abuja is full of banners everywhere, when we have not even done anything in 2026. Election in 2027, why campaign all over everywhere?
That's it.
See, it's a sign that, like I do say in this program, one day, every Nigerian will wake up and anyone that is called politician will be thrown in Nigeria.
One day,
They will throw them,
sincerely, one day,
in Nigeria.
it will happen. One day,
Yes, it will happen because
It will happen.
For you to deceive us.
because it's really tiring.
At the end of the day, feel that you are the God of the Alpha and Omega. We will stone them one day in our home.
Well,
if they refuse to repent.
Because
well, as much as possible, I do not think that we should inspire violence.
well, he's not talking about violence, though.
When he says we will stone them,
No, that's violent now. What
He
me I
said
believe?
we'll wake up one day and anybody call politicians.
See,
to be stoned.
everything is still part of the
I
the
understand
reactions.
Yeah, exactly. I understand.
So see,
how
people,
he feels,
the
but-
people want to express their anger. They don't know how to say it, and it's really tiring.
It is.
Look how many years we have been on this same mountain.
And
It doesn't seem to be
like what the last caller just said. Their concentration is just
politics.
for
The next
2027.
election.
See, and I'm beginning to ask, is it their birthright? Because the way they do this second term thing, it's as if it's the right. 8 years. Who? I mean, is it in our constitution?
See,
Well,
Is it a must for somebody to go? I believe if you are not good, you should be removed.
We don't have a
Hold
situation
on.
that checkmates that. That's
No,
the problem.
because
See,
that's the problem.
it's becoming a right
Disturbing.
to
Yes.
them.
Yes.
They always second term, and after that second term, the next agenda is
Okay,
a successor.
Let's take this.
Dayo,
guy.
before you go,
Let's take
Is it
this.
their
guy.
right?
Let's take this guy.
to go for second term.
This man. Okay. Hello.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Honorable on the panel.
Thank you.
Honorable Dayo. Good evening, Honorable Ekaette. Good evening,
Good evening, sir.
my honorable brother.
yes. So good evening.
Before I read the fitting prayer is close to the corner and it's tomorrow. So at least I want to use to felicitate with all our Muslim brothers
Okay.
that whatever it
Is that a seduru?
regardless of the effort.
Even though we know your name, you by your voice, you tell the world your name.
My name is Ola from Lagos.
All right.
Oh, our love from
So
Lagos.
I want to felicitate with all of them and wish them happy Salah,
Eid Fitri, yeah.
joy, and pray to God using the opportunity to ask God for intervention in the history of the nation. Having said that, you see, just like what my other brother said, it can be frustrating. But what the Bible says, when the foundation is destroyed, what shall the righteous
That's true.
Every aspect we have spoken about, there was a time we spoke about, the local government autonomy, and we tried to loud it, saying that it's a good idea, and at the end of the day, it's dropped. At the time we allowed the nail phone, and we said it's a good idea. Later we are end of 12.3 billion story. So when we look at all those things, the fact is that we have a system and the people that even if this constitution is changed, the same constitution we are using, I don't really see constitution as the main thing, but I see the people, because they are the art of these politicians is like they are desperate. Now we talk about electoral reform. The last time that some group of people put something in paper, they took it to the National Assembly. They were looking at one side. They left the major side that concerns the people. Really, the way support that this and this should be put in place. That the INEC chairman, this is how it should go. Now, when we have an election in Lagos, people were giving them certificate of escape during Buhari. But by the time the election took place in Lagos, the people have been impoverished. That even some people brought out case that you are going to vote for somebody you cannot vote here. So by the time you look at all those things, you now ask yourself a question: are we really moving forward at all? Because the people that we claim that are in government, they are hell-bent on staying there. As a matter of fact, the constitution does not provide for 8 years, provided for 4 years for them. But the way it is now, they are already looking at 8 years, and they are standing by it. If you complain, they will go to National Assembly, headed by Senator Akpabio, to put up something that will make you shut up your mouth and call it cyber crime, so that people will not be able to talk. Social media is a gun with so many things. Now, what is the way forward? And that is where we need to start to come to place. I will still say that Nigeria should still vote. But Nigeria should come together as one, devoid of religion. Tribal sentiment, and be the opposition that we should, because at the end of the day, the politicians settle themselves, they don't suffer for all those things. Whoever that is going to suffer is still Nigeria. We are the one complaining. I can tell you tomorrow, even as now, some people are already carrying cow from booth to booth, giving it to politicians free of charge. And when you ask what is the cost, 350,000, 300,000. 250,000, and some people 70,000 are not yet paid. Nigeria should not be tired of voting. When votes become too clear, there are sometimes you have a last fight that you will know
that you cannot play games. Exactly.
That it should become so clear that Nigeria are tired. I think it's high time. We should not discourage people that even whether we vote or we not vote, because when that standby continue to go out, politicians are happy when you are saying it, that they already taken to their feet that either they vote or we are going to win. But Nigeria should rise up. We are going to vote, and we are going to vote out lack of performance. Anyone that does not perform.
All right, Ola. Good point you have made.
Already. So we have that time to come together and unite and stand by our vote and support it and push them out. And by God's grace on our side, we are going to win this battle.
All right, don't go, Ola.
Okay, right.
Now you've said you've spoken very well, but bottom line, what's your assessment of your state governor or of your state government?
Exactly.
Now, let me assess Sanwo-Olu. When in terms of if we, let's just say that it's very clear and everybody knows this. Assuming we have election, all the election the same day, like we have in 2023, if election of governorship and president, everything are taken the same day.
Yes.
By now, Sanwo-Olu will not be governor. That one is given. But by and large, from few assessment of things he has done, he has been able to put some things in place in Lagos State. The only problem Sanwo-Olu has now is the problem of Godfather. I'm sure some of you are aware of some things that are going on in Lagos with Sanwo-Olu, and that really has even stopped some of the things that he's supposed to do, which he's unable to do. But if you look at what is happening in Osun, they said the local government resources have been held on because Osun State is a PDP state. When Rivers messed up, Fubara, that they claim he messed up, they put things in place. Let me tell you, my brother, very soon, I'm going to write this down and I'll say you on this platform. The moment allocation is paid, we have been watching, and I keep on over. They said it's alert. I'll put alert. You will see dollar exchange rate going up. And it has been alleged that when allocation of FAC is paid or JAC is paid, you see these people pushing me to purchase dollar and keep it for 2027. I will say allegedly. Let's go and check exchange rate that time. It will move close to 1,700. Now it has not been paid. It is running around 1,600 because it is in all of them that we are not ready to do anything, and the people must be impoverished, the youth must be impoverished. The loan they are collecting, saying that youth are the future, the leader of tomorrow. The loan is going to pay it. They pay $3 billion. Now you are.
Ola, I'm going to have to let you go because I'm going to have to let you go.
It's a whole lot. Don't let me come back about that. My mother said he's tired. Let me tell you, even me, I'm tired. I don't love you guys, and I have to call it. They really. Nigeria, we are tired. I am tired. But we have no choice. I must call you. I must see your face. I must see Ekaette. I must see my brother. Say, God bless you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See, no, this is a serious matter.
It's a serious matter because I think we ourselves, as a nation, as the followers,
as a people,
we are not ready.
Exactly. That's the point that some of them have made.
Well,
we must take our destiny in our hands.
Ekaette will wake up now and say she want to become a governor without where she's going, without tangible program. Somebody came into Benue State, said you want to be, you say you are a reverend and you have turned to politician. He didn't even have a plan for the state. You see, you saw glaring that state is under a lot of attack. When you sit back as a governor to be that time, What were you discussing with your team? What were your... Look at Oti. Look at Oti. Oti surrounded himself with thinkers, not politicians. And it's why they have a blueprint of where they are going. How can you say you want to become a governor of a state without a blueprint of what you want to do? And that is why you see a lot of them are underperforming. Any governor with a blueprint will come in and serve the people, follow the step-by-step things they want to do.
You know, let me quickly react to that. You know why, like I said earlier, this issue of governors, you know, sometimes indirectly these people are imposed on this on us.
Yes, that's
simple.
Because you see, like I mentioned the case of second term, and then after that one of their major I don't know achievements seems to be this issue of successor.
Exactly.
So the incumbent governor if I directly will impose the successor on people
for his own selfish interest.
And these are people that have been disarmed, you know, in quotes.
Yes.
When you can't feed well, and then
Carrot and stick approach.
Hunger has been
lure people with a yes, like what was said earlier. They now lure people with this little incentives. This
from that day they say we should start embarrassing them with them.
And then they now bring in this.
You don't know the level of
this
poverty.
divide and rule thing. This divide and rule thing. So I mean, the people are disarmed.
That's correct.
So
the people are disarmed. I like that expression.
It's true.
If really Nigerians are the ones voting these people.
And may that disarming of the people not lead to problem.
Exactly. At some point,
that's what I say. At
some point it will, because when you push somebody to the wall, you will have no choice.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
You're welcome.
My name is Engineer Frank. I'm calling from Warri, Delta State.
All right, Engineer Frank, let's hear you.
Okay. I really enjoyed your program. I think I've been following up on this program. I really want to appreciate Ekaette TV for the program.
Thank you.
So based on the scorecard, like my governor in Delta State is performing very well.
All right.
There's infrastructure. But one thing I understand in Nigeria, like if you see most of the governors that is performing, I understand that most of them, they are from the opposition party. For example, if the president is PDP president, if any governor is performing, it must be from APC.
Yes.
If the president is APC, any governor that is performing, it must be from PDP. So I always understand that it's always opposition. Just like my sister said there.
Is there any explanation for that? Why is it so?
Okay. Why is it so is that because most of them, like if the ruling party, like if it's APC and the president is APC, he always rely on the president.
God knows, yeah.
So these other ones struggle to survive
and to make themselves
relevant.
Yes, relevant.
So that they can be re-elected.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
he's right.
Like the governor of Osun State. The governor of Osun State. Look at the governor of Abia.
Yes, you are right. Yeah. You are right.
So I believe if that man was APC governor, I don't think he will perform. So, and if you watch now, I think the president now wants to make one-party system, and if we go one-party system, I believe this country
no, it's not going to be possible. It will never happen.
Opposition. So I understand that most of them like that, like my governor now is
He was in PDP, but now in APC. But we don't know if this thing will still continue, because I think he's doing this infrastructure, all these things, so that we are going to vote him for the second term. But right now he's in the ruling party. I don't think he's going to look onto us again, like to get the second term.
All right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
It's my own opinion. You understand?
Yeah.
This is what I look at it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, most times opposition states perform better than the ruling party states.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
It may be right. I think in a way it's right, but not 100%. Because, like I always say that it is more of individuality. If you know this is what you are coming to do as an individual that is now a governor of a state, if you have the people's feeling in your heart, you are not coming because you are with the government of the day or your opposition. You are just coming to do your work. To serve.
And that's why I see I like, okay, let's hello. Hello. Yes. Hello. You're welcome to Kaftan TV.
Okay, I'm Comrade from people.
Comrade what? Okay. All right.
Okay, I am calling in line of what person I'm speaking here.
Right.
Like, first of all, I would like to talk on the scorecard of the governor, because the station, like the station, like the analysis, the time, everything, I was not supposed to, like the governor of my state, the regular father, he meant the people, he showed the people of benefit, escape. When it comes to welfare and everything, but the killing benefit, they say, I want to give you first-hand information, because I'm also a mayor. Hello?
We can hear you.
I'm also a mayor in my own community. I talk and I listen. The problem in Benue State is just because of the position. The opposition is trying to sit in because of it's not trying to give them money back, kind of sharing money the way they do it. A governor of Benue State is a gang calling God leader. He holds the people of Benue State to extreme. He loves them and he likes them.
All right. So, as this love, no, we don't have all the time. We don't have all the time. Is this love that he has for the people? Is it translating to performance?
In terms of when I went for people matter about the killing, I just come up with what like the Fulani headsmen, like if you go to social media, the cow owned in Benue State, I will be owned by politicians. I know that kind of bread they collect from the Fulani. That's just why you see that. Okay, in Benue they have client.
I beg to differ.
I'm talking to you as a mayor. Other people collect those things. You have to say what they don't want to do. They just collect them for the Fulani instead of them to come out. The governor is just an individual. Have client head, that's the contract gift. If you come to business, this is where you have chiefs in every street. What happened to those chiefs? What happened to those chiefs that they in the street that you cannot even say everything is gone. It's not an individual. It's not the part of it.
That's correct. It's an individual, but a very powerful individual that has been vested with power by the Constitution.
With everything.
If we will not,
I will not agree. I will not agree with that.
You are the one that called, but we don't have all the time.
We don't have all the time.
We are specific. How is your government?
What has it done?
What has it done within this 2-year period?
You saw it clearly before you came in.
Scorecard.
Scorecard. You saw it clearly before you came in. What were your plans?
Yes.
Good evening, Ekaette Ibuot.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, Engineer Chris calling from Benue State. I'm also from Idoma land. The young man that just spoke there is just a faculty. He's not speaking the truth what is going on. Let him come on the air and told me what Reverend Father Alia have done in Idoma land. He's there sitting in Otupo when Otupo was completely run dead of resex, killing everywhere. And he's there talking about people are sponsoring people from Kanu, what we call Kawo and the pigment. What is the killing that came out from the Mike Otobi? There is Aspa on the way to Ada. The killing that goes there, who sponsored the killing? Is it not Fulani? Is not identified. What are the killing going on in Apa? The killing going on in Agatu where I'm married. The killing going on in Naka. So when people come on air and speak a table, I don't know the kind of people they are talking about. So I'm enjoying the young man there, and Ekaette have been following up the counter TV. That is my first station. Sorry. You see, when people are talking,
let's limit this. So as far as you're concerned, how has the governor performed thus far?
Governor is performing the way he knows it to his own best.
That's all. That's all.
What does that mean?
That's all. There is no clear cut. No clear cut of what he wants. There is no agenda. There is no clear cut of what he wants to do. But what will you be expecting a reverend to want to do?
Don't speak in parables.
Let me show one thing that governor has done is good.
Tell me.
All right, so sum total as far as you're concerned, the governor has not performed, right?
We know, all of us are seeing it now.
Let's leave it there, please. Please.
See, before now, in Abia State, were there issues? There were a lot of issues.
Of course, those
And
are
within
the
a short
issues.
space of time,
Sir,
you can see clearly
There
what
was a time in River State that Amechi came in. There were a lot of killings in River State. There was a time in River State
And in
that
spite of those killings,
there was a lot of killings.
lot of work was
and
still
somebody
done.
came in and bring some
Change the
solution.
narrative.
So what are we talking about?
Because the truth
What
is,
will you be expecting a reverend to want to bring?
most times,
let's not denigrate reverend.
See,
the truth
No,
is,
let's not denigrate.
Stay with
reverend.
your anointing.
Hello.
Hello, God bless you.
Amen. And you too. All right.
In my Oko State,
Okay.
Governor Dayo Omoogun. In this second time, even first time, nothing.
What do you mean by
nothing?
What do you mean by nothing?
as in nothing now.
Listen to me, sir. The former governor that is lived there, he walk. People know that he's
Who is
walk.
that?
When this man comes, they appoint this man. He's not a party man. He's a businessman. I get what I'm saying. So this man,
I'm also
the work.
the last person.
Even from Ogun State to Lagos State, the road is bad. If you can see people, they will tell you. The road
Let me
is
not
bad.
talk about that one today. I'm just kidding.
If you know the company that is in Ogun State, no be small.
True.
True.
In the altar
The other side.
A4. I know this.
Dangote have two places. Even cement,
Shagamu.
and see, they have
Internally generated revenue.
And this man no do anything. See, na pass. Come and see. They put Philly on the road. Even accident this morning, no be small. No be small. Federal, that is federal road. In that state, Lagos to Ogun State, very worst. Which kind of governor we? That man will talk last. I like the word. If party being the one, no work, they cannot do any work. I'm telling you.
All right.
Party cannot be one. No.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, it's not possible for a governor to spend 4 years and do nothing.
Sir,
Yes, I believe that.
You think paying salary is doing something?
No,
it's
that's
not.
not
It's not.
it.
What are we talking about?
No, the
nothing.
thing is, if you use the word nothing, that's absolute. And as far as I'm concerned,
See,
you would say that he's performing poorly, but you can't say
no.
nothing.
The
There
word-
would have been a school
the
that has
word-
been,
the word
that has
poor
been
is what?
refurbished.
Tell me the word poor.
It's
He
like-
performed poorly.
Yes.
Is that pass?
Is that
It's not pass.
It's
but,
poor.
but it's not.
Poor
it's
is
not you can't say nothing.
Because you score 1/100, does it mean that you have done well?
It's more or less like
you are very
nothing.
it's a poor performance.
It's more or less like nothing.
It's not. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Good evening.
Hi, and how are you doing?
Very fine, and you?
Very fine too. I'm Takatena calling Abuja here.
Which is your state?
I don't want to
That's a mistake.
rely
Say
on
Abuja.
what people have said, but I want to say that we can't completely say a governor came into power and he didn't do anything. There must be something that person must have done. I want to talk about Benue State, for instance.
Time.
The governor of Benue State, which is the Reverend Father.
Unfortunately, we're running very fast out of time. Go on.
In the area of insecurity. But let's take a look at the transportation aspect of it.
Good.
I don't want to talk about the insecurity because if I get there, you also see some like that. Let's look at the aspect of insecurity.
The aspect of transportation, yeah.
You know, in 1999, when one of the former governors of Benue State, that George Akume, came into power, there was this transportation system that ran all
unfortunately
through the 23 local governments of Benue State.
I'm afraid we'll just have to cut you.
During his second tenure, it got stopped, and when Susan came in, there was nothing like that completely. But when the regular father came in, you can see.
Sorry about it, my dear brother. We just have to go, and I think that this particular topic should have a second part. Very soon.
Exactly.
Very soon.
We have 37 states.
We need to do this between now and Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We have to revisit it.
Yes.
So at this point, there's really no time. It's good night from me. My name is Dayo Omoogun.
Good night. My name is Adeolu Adeyemo.
My name is Ekaette Ibuot. Bye for now.
And as we say at Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world.